I am here at MIT Avantika. What do you think? What helped you in the design exam?
3 months before the NID main prelims exams, I got into design. And the thing is, I almost cracked the prelim.
Stress on the point that coaching institutes really do help, but we should not blindly trust or believe whatever the coaching institutes say us. Engineering and medical. My parents were also very focused on these two.
I had to go for CT classes, I had to go for science classes, plus I had to go for my coaching institute for design. And balancing them was always very hard for me.
Much is the fee per annum? Like first year, the fees are different.
Yeah,
Second year,
it's a 7 to 10% hike
every year.
every year.
For education loan, was there any problem? Are there any avenues like scholarships and all where you can save?
Actually, yes, there are.
Let's say somebody is approaching you saying that I am in 11th standard or 12th standard. What would be one advice? Like, I am here at MIT Avantika. They are all from first year and second year and all undergrads, right? No. Yeah. I was thinking that I'll use this opportunity to interact with these guys very openly, very honestly. And I'll ask them about their design exam preparation, their experience here, what kind of preparation they have gone through, how did they convince their parents and all those things. So, when they will tell their experience, you will get some value out of it, right? So keeping that intent in mind, let's start. Can you just tell me quickly your names one by one?
My name is Rohit Ambadi. I am a transportation design student.
My name is Madhu Sharma. I am also looking forward to choose transportation design. Currently, I'm from first year.
I am Yashash Verma. I am from first year and I'm looking forward for product designing.
My name is Ronya Bhanarkar and I'm from Pune and I'm looking forward for product design.
My name is Nihari Oenka and I'm a communication design student first year.
My name is Samal Fanse and I'm from BDS, first year industrial design.
Now that you have introduced yourself, before you joined this college, how was your experience with design preparation? How did you prepare? What was that experience like?
I actually have an interesting story on this. So, my 11th and 12th have gone into JEE preparation. My thought process was that I'll get into engineering, I'll do 4 years engineering, then I'll go into transportation. This also comes down to the point of awareness regarding to design, because me or any of my family members, even my relatives, had no idea that design even exists. It's a field. BDS degree as a thing, no one knew. So that was her process, go into engineering, then get into automotive design. But then what happened, close to my JEE exam in 12th, August 23, I found out that SISR course bhi hota hai. There are coaching classes for this and especially institutions for this. That's when, like 3 months before the NID main prelims exams, I got into design. And the thing is, I almost cracked the prelims. So it's just that it's a better late than never thing. And also comes down to parental support, because they were the ones who identified, okay, my guy is not fit for JEE. Because start से even before 11th, my maths was complete, very bad. My science was pretty bad. Physics से कोई ले रहा था ही नहीं मेरा. मतलब I was struggling in class. लोग मुझे गालियाँ दे रहे थे, हंस रहे थे, मेरे physics नहीं आता तुझे. But then my parents, we were on the hunt since 11th. We approached a counselor, a career counselor. They told us, they informed us for the first time we heard about the BDS degree. That very night I went and contacted that coaching center कि भाई मुझे आज क्या join करना है. And exactly the next day, it was Sunday, and Monday I was in the class. 3 months later, I'm seeing myself given the NID exam, and a few months later I'm here in MIT. So it was a bit of a joyride, I won't lie.
You said you went to coaching institute. Do you think that the coaching institute helped you in preparing for the exam?
I'd say it did in a way. In a way, I had some skills before, like basic knowledge of colors perspective, because I had given the elementary intermediate exams, but they gave me things that I didn't know, like how to present, maybe if you're going into product design, how to present it, how to make your paper, how to show your sketches, how to make sketches, how to make more ideations. They taught me that, and they also recommended me some colleges. Like, for example, MIT, there was a few more. One thing that always hated me about the coaching institutes is, I think this is one everyone should be careful about, is that they stress too much on the top doggers, say NID, say IIT. They stress way too much, even so much that they completely start ignoring the private colleges. For example, even college like MIT Pune was told us to be like a backup option. You have to buy NID ही करना है, NID नहीं किया तो life खत्म है, which I think not the case. There are many good colleges like MIT, Avantika even, which you can get into if you don't get into NID. So if you're going to join those institutions, listen to them obviously, but don't think about it too much because you have 4 years to develop your skills. And I think that's a big point everyone should consider if you go into coaching institutions.
Yeah, I would also stress on the point that coaching institutes really do help. They give you the basics of design. We all had a designer or sketcher inside us, but we never knew how to present it, as Soumya said. And what is design thinking? I never knew that. I had that inside me, but that was my coaching center, which made me realize that I have design thinking. This is particularly called design thinking. What is problem solving? These very basic things our coaching institutes do provide us. And for the college selection, again, of course, we all know the government institutes are so good. We always wanted to go there. But it's not the end, of course. We can pursue our careers in different things too, in different colleges too. But we should not blindly trust or believe whatever the coaching institutes say us. Regarding our private colleges also. If they are focusing on one private college or just saying out loud for any singular private college, we should listen to them. I'm not saying that you should not listen, but you should use your brain too. You should have some own research and everything. Just don't blindly trust them, I would say.
I think this is very important. You said that your own research is very important. That because there are so many opinions and then there might be biased opinions also.
Of course.
So you need to be sure yourself that, okay, if I am going to this particular college, why this college and what are the reasons behind it? I think that is very important. But tell me, how was your design exam preparation? Like, what do you think, what helped you in the design exam? Like, was it just sketching or was it more than that, like time management or staying calm in the moment? Did you realize?
Yeah, of course. Not just the sketching, but all these points, of course. My coaching institute really helped me in these factors also. I had zero time management back then. I still have a less time management skills, but back then it was really zero. They helped me tackle that. Being calm during the exam is really important. We do stress over the time, the sketching, the questions, many things during the exam. We should really be calm. We should focus on that too, which the coaching institute really helped. So
all of you are from quite big metro cities, right? More or less. How's the proportion here? Like mostly students are from bigger cities or there are many people from villages and rural side of India?
most of the students here are from big cities, I guess.
Because of the lack of awareness in the rural part of India, or
I truly believe there is a lot of lack of awareness for design field. In metro cities, like means our cities, there's still lack of knowledge about them, about the field. And of course, the rural areas are more behind this. And while convincing my parents, it was so tough to convince them. They had zero knowledge about design. And that time I realized that we have design everywhere. We have design field in every industry, every company, every corporation. And yet we still don't know about design. Nothing about it. And we know only two maximized fields, engineering and medical. My parents were also very focused on these two. And they really wanted me to give JEE or NEET. And then it was so difficult to make them understand. I really used to present PPTs ki see, these are the benefits, these are the things we can do. And they were like, so at a point it was like design is art and craft. As she also mentioned, there's so much misconception around design that it's art or it's drawing. But it's so much more than that. And there's a lot of lack of awareness.
anyone who struggled a lot while convincing?
So when I started with my design journey, I had to give assurance to my parents. And for the sake of assurance, I had to study for CET as well, which is the common entrance exam for engineering in Maharashtra. So they were like, if you want to do design, I want to make sure that you have a backup plan. And that backup plan was my struggle for CET. I had to go for CET classes, I had to go for science classes, plus I had to go for my coaching institute for design. And balancing them was always very hard for me. But just for the sake of assurance, I did it anyway. And at the end, I won and I did design.
But how did you win? Like you performed very poorly in CET.
That was my strategy. Like, show them my marks and they'll be like, खुद से ही बोले रहने दो बेटी, design, कर लो design.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. So now that, I can imagine that most of you would have gone through some sort of parental convincing and all that. Here, many students face this another obstacle, which is fees, right? So, and private colleges are not cheap
Yeah.
to manage and all that. Fee, I think it goes up every year, right?
Yeah.
Like first year, the fees are different.
Yeah.
Second year,
It's a 7 to 10% hike
every year.
every year.
Okay. Already the first year fees are more, so second year it will be even more. Third year it will be wow. So fourth year will be very tough, right? Because it will be the highest. Okay. So how did that discussion? Like, did you have those discussions related to finances?
I do have discussions related to finances to with my parents. They are supportive, but I am studying kind of on my own. I have applied for student loan, so I'm studying through loan.
Loan. You
Educational.
have taken education.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a wonderful thing. So when you took for education loan, was there any problem because this is a new college or a private college? Because they usually have this list of colleges,
Yeah.
right?
But our college was listed already.
Okay.
So, and I took it from the government. So they have a quite big list and they try to cover every college,
Okay.
register ones.
So for banks, giving a loan is not a problem.
No.
Okay. Even for private new colleges.
No, that's not.
Okay. If you are free to speak about it, how much is the fee per annum over here?
It's like 6.4 lakhs.
6.4 lakhs per annum, and it will keep on climbing.
Keep on increasing.
Okay, so that's not a small amount. So I think that might be also a reason that people from villages and
Yeah,
Story on this. It's not my story, but it's one of my colleagues in my coaching centers. Excellent student, very bright. But he's in a bit of a financial situation. So at the time, we were in contact. We were talking about which college to take and all. He was almost locked in on the design colleges, but because of the fees, he had to back out. And I'm telling you, if he would have gotten, he would have made an excellent designer. But because of his situation, because of his fees, because he couldn't even acquire some loans or something, he had to back out of the stream just because he did not have enough funds. Which actually was a bit of a eye opener, because sometimes you don't think about what others don't have, and you just ignore it. You only think about yourself. But once you hear things like this, career opportunities being completely missed out because you have no finances, it kind of hits actually. You start thanking yourself and your parents what you actually have.
So you said that these colleges, the fees are very steep and all that. Are there any avenues like scholarships and all where you can save money over there?
Actually, yes, there are. Outside the college and even inside this college. I personally have come to this college through its own exam, is what they call the DST, Design Scholarship Test. If you get a very good score on it, you get a 50% scholarship. And if you get a pretty good score on it, you get a 30% scholarship. So I had received the 50% scholarship.
You said 15 and 30.
50, my bad.
Okay.
That is, mind you, that is not on the overall fees. It is only on the tuition fees of the college. So say if the college tuition fee is some 2.53 lakhs, you only have to pay 1.5 lakh or only one semester. Not for all the fees, just the fees of one semester. And that is also, they keep it in the second semester, not the first semester. The first semester, jitna bhi wo fees maang rahe first semester ke liye, you have to pay the whole thing. And then in the second semester, if you have the 50% one, all your tuition fees are cut. You have to pay no tuition fees, just the hostel and mess fees.
Okay. So just to understand better. So you said first semester ka fee pura bharna padega.
Yeah.
And then from second semester, the scholarship will be given to you. And then let's say if you get 100% scholarship, your tuition fees will be waived.
There is no 100% scholarship. There is only 50%, 50 and 30. So if a year's price is 6 lakhs for the whole year, first term you'll have to pay how much ever they ask you. And then the second term, that 50% will apply only on the tuition fee. So basically that 50% will give you full tuition fees off. Baki hostel fees, mess fees, sab bharna padega.
Got it. Okay. Other than scholarships, are there any avenues?
There are other scholarships too. Like he said the DSC one. And there are more 3 scholarships, Aryabhat, Vikram and Arjun scholarship. There are 3 scholarships provided in our college. I have applied for the Vikram scholarship and I got that one for the whole first year. So I did not had to pay the fees for the first sem. The whole first sem was off for me. And then from this is only for the first year students, this Vikram scholarship. And from second year you can apply. There's one Arjun scholarship, you can apply for that. And they provide internship inside the college. You'll be working for the college and they'll pay you a stipend. that, and then you have two options. Either you can take the stipend amount or you can get it reduced in your tuition fee. So these options are there.
Okay, so it is like teacher assistant or research assistant, that kind of thing. Okay, perfect. So there, I think you can at least save some part of your tuition fees and make it easier on finances part. Okay. Now that we talked about all these things, tell me about the next step. Like when you got your exam score, you sorted out the finances and things like that. How did you go about selecting or shortlisting colleges?
We took the help of our coaching institutes. They had sessions with different design colleges. A few of the design colleges members used to come to our institutes and give us the brief of their college. And our mentees in the institute helped us. And my institute basically focused on this one, Avantika. So I chose that. I trusted my institute completely, I guess.
So when you said they were very focused on this institute, were there any like biases because of some reasons or something like that, or they were only talking about particular colleges just because it was their favorite? What was the...
I later on got to know that they have a target system in my coaching institute. So they were only focusing on this college. And later on, which I discovered that they get cuts in commission through the colleges, and these aspects are also included in their bias. So I'll still say you should do your own research, not focus or not completely trust them, which I did. I blindly trusted the institutes and then got a little disappointed by knowing the target system.
Oh, yeah, actually, no. As in, I also recently discovered this, that there's huge commission involved, and then there are contracts between coaching institutes and colleges. So, coaching institutes are great, they help you and all that, but if they are saying something, I think what you said is very right, that you should not trust them blindly. You should do your own research. Sometimes they might be right also, and sometimes they might be wrong. So in case they are wrong, then you might, suffer because of that. So for that, you should do your own research. What about others? Like, were there any interesting stories?
On the contrary, my coaching institute did not tell me anything about Avantika. They were straight away like UID or MIT Pune. They did not support my decision to come here. But then I had few family friends and few seniors which I knew. So I talked to them and asked how is the college, and the responses were really good. So I considered Avantika. But if I would have blindly trusted my coaching institutes, I wouldn't have ended up here.
Okay, so both positive and negative stories, right? Okay, interesting. Well, you said that you got disappointed with the location. What was that?
Yeah, so the location here is quite distant. Like even the surroundings are very rural. So that was kind of something I did not expect, because I personally thought it is Indore first of all. And later on I got to know, when I talked with the seniors, I later on got to know that it is Ujjain actually. But then even after coming here, I did not know that it was that distance. It was that away from the city. So it is very hard to do small things. If I want to buy something, I have to plan it. Oh, I have to go here this day. I have to plan everything. I have to plan whole week, so that I just get that small one thing.
I think the important takeaway here is that whichever college you shortlist, one of the steps should be visiting the college or getting an understanding of the location. Like, I always say, like, whoever asks me, I recommend them to go to that particular college and interact with students over there, So students, I think they are so honest about expressing their opinions. I think you will get a really good positive or negative, like very honest opinion about, or they have the first-hand experience, right? So I think that will be very valuable. Okay, anyone else?
So the thing is, I visited the college before I got in here. After I got the admission letter, I came to the college, saw how it was, and I was looking for a few points which I think everyone should consider before choosing a college. First off, the location. As she said, the location is very distant, even from Ujjain. It is almost 20 to 30 minutes from Ujjain, and from Indore it's almost 1.5 hours. Another point which you all should consider is faculties. Faculties, hostels, how the hostels are, the quality of the hostels, the cleanliness, and the crowd. Let's talk about the faculties. I interested in the transport design. I visited one of the faculties of transportation design. I talked to them, and I got to know that, yeah, the faculty here is pretty good. I talked to some students. and I got to know their experiences about the college, what they don't like, what they like, which also helped me in choosing. Also, while doing all this, I observed the crowd, how the crowd was. Was it like it was they were felt like they were from good families, or it was a very rather wild crowd? That is, I think, one choice you should do to improve your overall college life, because the crowd you are with also matters a lot in your overall college experience.
When I visited the college, like the first thing location, when I visited, I was like, "Kahan gaon mein hai college?" But later, like 2-3 month passed, and I was like, it is kind of peaceful here. Everything, like even sunsets are really beautiful and all that. And the thing was, when I visited the college, I talked to some faculties. They were really nice and they were supportive. And the main thing was faculties and basically even the hostels are really good. Hostel and the mess is really good. Everything, like even my parents were like they were convinced with the college.
Okay. So
Yeah, one thing I would like to add is like when you get into the college itself, choose your friends, choose your circle wisely. Like that really matters. Like the environment, the experience that you like try to get in these 4 years, like with whom, like in terms of content creation or even in like in your class, choose your friends who are more productive, who are more extrovertish. So between them, you came to a point like you want to express more of yourself. You want to represent you as a bit more. Like choose your friend and the circle wisely.
I can just add to that they say that's a very common saying, but you or your success or your personality is nothing but a reflection of the crowd you surround yourself with, right? So it's very important, and especially it is even more serious in design field, because I think in design the most of the education happen after your class, right? When you are hanging out with your classmates, your friends, the kind of things you observe, the kind of things you participate in, the kind of things you experience. At least for me, of course, NID faculties and everyone was great, but the kind of interactions, the kind of things we did after the class, I think those were more important and useful in my career. So I think you have mentioned a really good point. So that is very important. Now that we talked about almost everything over here, if you have to give some advices to your junior, let's say somebody is approaching you saying that I am in 11th standard or 12th standard, and now I want to give exam and select particular colleges and things like that. What would be one advice? Like one by one you can just point out those things and tell what kind of advice you would like to give, which probably is an advice to your younger self, right? 2 or 3 years back, when you were in that stage, what advice you would have given to your own self?
So like talk to the people, because they are the ones who can really give you the info. Find them in LinkedIn, find them in Instagram though it's pretty hard, but find the people who are like going for, like, so talk to them, get to like research more about which are the streams you want to be in, because that's also really important. And also be very like, it's a creative like branch, it's a creative industry, so always be like, try to have fun and really understand what you're like going to study. Design, like it's more emotional, it's more about thinking, and it's more about the experience, and it's even can be a lifestyle. So really understand, or rather than just, you cannot by heart anything in design. It's more about what you feel as a like in design. So it's a creative industry, so really try to understand, talking to people and listening to podcasters, so like get more info related to what you're coming for.
Okay.
From my side, it's just don't run behind like the name tags, for like, because of getting a good college may help you, but it's at the end it's only up to you, like how much skills you have and what you bring to the table. Because at one point people won't see like your college, but rather than your skills or what you do for the work.
I'll just add one more thing into this. Go away from design for a moment. Actually, that tag and brand, no, it's fortunate, unfortunate sometimes, but somehow that tag, no, historically seen that it plays an important role. Like, for example, when you talk to an engineer, let's say, and if he says that I am from this XYZ college, you'll be like, okay. But the moment he comes and says that I am from IIT Powai, so, immediately you'll be like, oh, you are a smart guy. Even though he might be the dumbest guy in his class. Okay. But that perception is somehow like that. So I would say the brand definitely helps, but at the same time, your skills should support. And I think when you have that combination, I have seen those kind of examples also where someone from really bad college or very less known college with amazing skills, and he is probably more successful than all the NITians or IITians out there. So I think it's a balance of both. So if you can crack a good brand at the early stage, it's good, well and good. If not, don't lose your heart. You can work harder to, balance that out with even better work, right? Okay.
Like, firstly, skills matter. Skills does matter, and most important is like passion for something. Like in design, if you're coming for like money, or like it's not the right thing to come for money in designing. If you have passion, you will earn money. You will get the job. And for preparation, like exams and all, firstly, like research is really important. You have to like search for like question papers and all that for exam purposes. And for colleges, yeah, again, that research process, passion, skills, everything combines.
I think another thing which is very important when it comes to being a design aspirant is being flexible. So if you're not flexible enough, like you don't know which project you're going to end up with, you don't know which situation you're going to end up with, you don't know which college you're going to end up with. So in every situation there, it is very important that you're flexible enough to adapt yourself and to learn, to be free to learn anything. So flexibility is one of the main thing the new aspirant should focus on.
Amazing. That is very, very important tip, because it's very easy to not get into that dream college of yourself, and you might need to adapt to various conditions and situations. I think what helps a lot is that having a clear focus on your longer vision. Like, if you are clear that I want to become a really successful fashion designer, then you will not lose your heart if you didn't get into the best fashion designing school. You'll be like, okay, my aim is to reach there. So fine. This was in my plan, but if it doesn't work, it's so fine. But that adaptability and flexibility, I think it's very important, because designers often come across these situations which are completely unimagined, can't be predicted and all that. So I think that flexibility is very, very important.
You should really not be disheartened, because during the process, there's a lot of rejection on the way. You should really know how to handle or face that rejection. Colleges will reject you sometimes. The companies will reject you. So there's a lot in the process. And being a designer, of course, it's not easy. So getting disheartened is not the way. You should really be prepared for the rejection and should move forward and know how to carry yourself forward.
Very wise. Very wise. Okay.
Adding on a point of not being rejected, you also need to have the correct mindset. Because the thing is, engineering and JE and everything, it's very studious, I'd say. That you have to mug up things, you have to mug up textbooks on textbooks, piles of textbooks. But here is not the case. We have no textbooks here in the college. All we have is sketch. Just work. Day and night you have to practice, keep sketching. And the thing is about all this practice, you might be not that good in your first years. There might be people better than you. That's not a thing to be disheartened, because you still have 3 years ahead. First year, it's a foundation year. You haven't even chosen your stream. You haven't even chosen if you're going to go into industrial or communication, UX, whatever, fashion. So don't get disheartened if your work is not that good, because over the course of the 4 years, you will get better. If you joined design, there is a reason that you might not even know that you joined. And trust me, in those 4 years, you will get to it. So just stay consistent and get your goals, follow your passion.
Amazing. So I'll just add one final advice, adding to his point, that you said that there are no, books on syllabus. Basically, the design syllabus is designed in such a way that there are no books to guide you. But because there are no books, if you stop reading about design, that is also not good. So you need to keep reading about design. There are multiple avenues to learn design from. Like, there are design books, there are practice books where they teach you how to hone up your skills and all.
Blogs.
There are blogs, of course, there are magazines, there are these stories and podcasts and so many things are there, right? So I think for a designer it's very important to keep learning, because the definition of design also, the way it was perceived or the way market was expecting from designers, all those things keep changing based on conditions, various conditions. So I think to keep updated, to stay updated, and to stay at top, I think you need to keep reading and learning about design. So having said that, I think this was a really, really fun, valuable conversation. I hope मेरे डिजाइन प्रिपरेशन के टाइम पे मुझे ऐसा कोई वीडियो मिला होता, but nonetheless now we have that video, so thank you so much. There's one more thing, that we have created a WhatsApp group. I encourage all of you also to join there. That is like an open forum. Okay, it's called Decoding Design. It's an open forum, and the intent of that group is, if somebody is coming up with a very genuine opinion about any particular college, let's say MIT Avantika, you can share your first-hand experience with them, and it might help in their selection process, in their thought process, because it's very sad to see parents and students in that phase. They are very disturbed, they are very confused, they are actually lost, right? So with that intent, that group has been created. In fact, I am not active there, other people only talk about it and they help each other. So I encourage you guys also to go there and join, and people who are looking for these kind of opinions and who are feeling lost in their design journeys, I think you should consider joining that. Having said that, thank you so much once again.